What's up, guys, and welcome to the extended cool down. So this will run closer to 10 to 15 minutes, and it's for those of you who need a little bit deeper of stretches and some more mobility here. So what I'm going to have y'all do is first a big stretch to the side. So we're going to bring those arms up, we're going to grab a wrist, and then we're going to pull to one side. And we should be feeling it all along the side, maybe even some side in the upper as well. We're going to hold it here for a few seconds. The deeper you go, the bigger the stretch. And then we're going to go to the other side, grab the other wrist, and we're going to go big stretch to the other side. Awesome. Now we're going to bring some arm circles into here. So let's bring the palms up. Really open the chest. You can even hold it here for a few seconds. Just opening it up a couple times. And so what I want you all to do on the next one is we're going to cross the hands behind us. And then we're going to push the chest out. So from the front view, my hands are crossed behind. Push the chest out. Push the shoulders back. You can even roll around the neck for a little extra mobility in the neck. Awesome. And then we're going to do that opposite. So we're going to cross our hands in front of us. Really round the back and feel the stretches all up in that upper shoulder blade. So pull as far as you can forward. You can even rock back and forth. Awesome. And so now we're going to bring a couple sun salutations. So just to get a little bit more cool down, we're going to go up, reach, and then hinge back and reach towards our toes. This is where we're going to sit for a few seconds. Really hold that stretch. Feel it all along the back of the legs and calves. And then I want you to slowly bring it up one vertebrae at a time. And then we're going to do the same thing a couple more times. Reach up as far as you can. Feel that big stretch. And then hinge back with the hips. Reach towards the toes. And feel that stretch all along in the hamstrings. Awesome. Let's go one more time. Reaching up towards the ceiling. Fingertips as far as possible towards that ceiling. Relax and hinge. Reach. Breathing through these. All right, so what I want you all to do next is go ahead and bring the hands onto the mat. We're going to step our toes back, and we're going to bring a big downward dog. So bringing hands right in front of the shoulders and hinging our hips back as far as comfortable. Should be feeling a lot in the calves here. So if you're struggling with this one, you can also go on the toes and you can rock it back and forth. Get some good calf stretches. And then what I want you to do is bring one leg up to the sky, and we're going to bring it in. And so here we're going for pigeon. Notice my leg is tucked in. Ideally, you want it out here, but we start by tucking it in, and then we're going to sink into that stretch. So the other leg is straight. This one's at a bend. Notice my hips are squared. I'm not facing this way. We're facing towards the front, and we're going deeper if it feels good. If you want even deeper stretch than this, kick that back leg up. Feel that stretch in the quads. Same thing with this one. If this feels really good, feel free to hold it as long as feels good. We're going to go a few more seconds here, and then we're going to trade to the other side and get back into downward dog. So bringing the hands back onto the mat, we're bringing one leg back into that downward dog. Feel free to walk the dog, bring the heels up and down, and now we're getting that other side, bringing that leg up to the sky and in at a bend. Same thing, bring that back leg back. Hips are square, and then we're sinking it down if it feels good. Should be feeling all along the side here. And same thing, you can kick that back leg up if you want a little bit more of a stretch in the quad. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is bring that leg back again, and we're going to do some cats and cows with the rotation. So first we're going to go in and out for those cats and cows, pushing the stomach out for cow, drawing in the belly button, hunching the back. For cat, we're going to alternate a couple times, back and forth. Again, feel free to do these stretches longer if they feel really good to you. And now we're going to bring a rotation out. So we're going to rotate one way with the upper body. Feel that stretch all along the chest, the bicep, reaching the fingertips towards the ceiling again. And then we're going to switch to the other side and do the same thing. Now, for this one, you can either rotate back and forth, or you can hold it. Whichever one feels better. Everybody's different. I personally like to hold it a few seconds and then alternate. Beautiful. Now we're going to get the core just a little bit more. We're going to sink into some cobra and some child's pose. So we're going to bring the hips towards the mat, hands on the mat. Stretch that belly out, push the chest out, and then we're going to rotate and bring it back to child's pose, sinking the hips into the feet, feeling that stretch all along the lats here. And then rotate between the two. Same thing, hold it for as long as it feels comfortable, and then rotate back and forth. We're in the home stretch here. We're going to bring just a couple more stretches. I want you all to bring it onto your knees, and we're going to do a runner's lunge. So bringing one foot forward, one knee onto the mat, and then we're going to push ourselves forward. So there's a couple different options here. Option one, bring the foot farther out. You should be feeling the hip flexor right here. If you'd like a little more ankle mobility, I want you to step it in and then try to bring the knee past the toe. And so you can kind of alternate between the two if that feels good. If one doesn't feel good, feel free to just hold it in whichever one does. And same thing, you can kick that back foot up for a deeper stretch. All right, and then we're going to bring that other side. So same thing, hip forward, really stretching that out. And that same thing, you can go forward here and then step the foot in, get a little ankle mobility, step out, and alternate between the two. As always, feel free to hold as well. And we're going to bring that back leg up. Again, if it feels comfortable to you, always optional. Awesome. And we have one last move here. We're going to get a little more inner thigh. So what I want you to do is face forward, bring it on your knees just like you're doing with the runner's lunge. And I want you to go up and out this time. So we're shifting to the side. Notice still facing forward. And you can either hold it or shift back and forth. We're getting a little more inner thigh here. Same thing with the runner's lunge. If you want it in a little bit more, there'll be a different stretch on each one. And let's go ahead and trade to the other side. Same thing. Woo. All right. And that is your cool down. If you need any other stretches, let me know. But otherwise,